I know I made a team building video in the past, and that video was still pretty good, but I feel like I could add a bit more to it. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a more in-depth team building guide. There is no other skill that's going to take you farther in this game than learning how to make optimal teams. But what even is an optimal team? Let's break it down to a very basic foundation. This foundation is not set in stone though. Just like most stuff in this video we're going to be talking about, this is very subject to change depending on the characters you are using. The basic foundation can usually consist of supports, damage mitigation, and the boss counter. Most bosses in this game are going to have some kind of gimmick that you need to play around, so you need to have someone on your team that can either counter the boss or an equip that is able to counter the boss.
How do I know who to use though? Or what the boss does, OP?
First, find who you really want to use, and that could help you start. Like, let's say I want to use Jay. Jay's a pretty cool guy, right? And now we throw him on a team with some supports and damage mitigation, and look at that. That team's going places. Now, how do you find out what the boss is doing? Well, you can do exactly what you're doing now. Go to YouTube, search it up, and there's bound to be some kind of video on whatever you're fighting. You can always check out other sources like the Discords, Reddits, and various community guides. In my personal opinion though, the best one you can go with is just try it out yourself. See if you can kind of discover what the mechanics are, or if you don't want to waste time playing the fight, you can also just look at the past party clears, and this can maybe give you an idea of what the fight is doing if you know what the units do. Now look at this team, perfect. We can go test it out against a few bosses, see how it performs, and see maybe where we need to start changing stuff. Let's say if our team started dying too much, maybe we could consider adding a taunt tank like Volti LR or a damage mitigation character like Sandstone. If we seem to be lacking in terms of damage, maybe check to see what the boss is doing. If we're using a critical attacker like Uzu and the boss is crit immune, well, we're not going to be dealing any damage. Hey, listen up. Are you still with me? Good. I know this is a lot. We're only a few minutes in this video. If you're a new player or someone else, your brain's probably going all over the place. I promise you it's going to all make sense in time. But I will say, prepare yourselves. Strap into your seats. Make sure your pants are buckled. If you don't have pants on, go put on pants right now, because this is about to get even more complex. You thought picking 4 units were crazy? How about you pick 12 pieces of gear to go on your characters? And you best believe, if your gear is lacking, guess what? You failed. You just die. You lose because you're getting equipped again. Each one of these slots are pretty much an assist unit that matters just as much as your regular unit, if not more. We of course have equips that are recommended, but that doesn't mean that another equip is bad on this character. Maybe this one's stronger against a certain stage. Maybe this character prefers skill CT over art gauge. Maybe this character wants more attack. Everything is very subjective to the character and the stage that you are going up against. The way how I'm going to be explaining this is by breaking down each individual equip slot to hopefully make it into enough bite-sized chunks so you can understand it. If you need to at any point in time, please pause the video and come back to it at a later date if it gets too much. Physical equips are usually home to your break items, damage buffs, damage debuffs, arts up, and skill CT equips. When deciding on what to use for your character, think, what is your goal? Is my team more focused on sustaining? Maybe my team is more nuking. Let's say it's the former in this case. Since we are focusing on sustain, let's use an arts up equip like Alpha Sword. We got art gauge, physical damage, not too bad. Wait, what if our character is a magic damage dealer? Oh shit. This is where we can start seeing how deep the equip system goes, because one may think this equip is good to use on everyone with a physical slot. However, some characters have a physical slot and may not deal physical damage with their kit. In this case, maybe decide to opt in for a true Izanagi or something similar on those characters. Magic equips are virtually the same to physical when it comes to what to expect from them. In this case, let's say we're using Terrible Tornado, and we want to make sure that she has the best equips possible. We can follow what we already know, like giving her arts up equips, since getting your arts faster is never bad. But consider the role that TT is. TT is a breaker, meaning we want to break the boss as fast and often as possible. So why not give her 2 break items, like her own true weapon and Marika's true weapon? This way TT can break more often. Take note, there are passives on her true weapon. Passives are just as important as active effects on equips, especially true weapon passives. These are going to give you the biggest boost to your character just for being on said character. You don't need every true weapon in the game, but if you don't know what to throw onto your unit, always check to see if they have a true weapon, and if they do, decide if it's worth picking it up or not. Also, if you're deciding on when to pick up a true weapon, consider too, can I use this equip on someone else? And if you can, it's a bit more valuable, so you won't be wasting any of your rainbow gems, or if you're summoning for it, crystals. Support items are usually the backbone to your team. But in recent times, we are seeing less and less on some of the best teams in the game. These items are your arts up, general buffs, and a random break item. Why are you here? My golden rule when it comes to support items are if it helps out the whole team, it's good enough to be on the team. An AoE arts item with a low cooldown, that's fire. A single target arts item that is on a support, that'll work. An item that gives me stats plus arts, something's tingling, but I'm not going to say what it is. These are some of the items you want to look out for when you are using your support equips. Just like the units though, take note of when to use what. Some stuff may be better during certain stages after all. Heal equips. I mean, it's in the name. What else do you expect? Focus on equips that are giving huge heals with some extra stats, cleansing items since these bosses be making me sick, and revival items like Blessed Necklace. This one right here scares me. Defense equips are the most vital equips in the game. These equips are what give you damage mitigation, the most important buff in GS. In order to utilize this gear to its fullest, all you have to do is make sure you have the right equip for whatever boss you are fighting. For the love of God, make sure these are maxed out if you're using them. If you are using LB0 defense equips and you're wondering, oh my God, I'm dying too much, it's because you don't got them up. They don't come back up. You use them once and they're gone for the rest of the quest. If you have all this taken care of, you're good. It doesn't matter if the equip is AoE or single target, just make sure it works with your team. Single target defense items are only used with taunt tanks. AoE defense items are what is used with damage mitigation characters. However, a taunt tank can use both. It doesn't matter if it's single target or AoE. How do you know what defense items are good and what defense items are bad? The easiest way to tell this is always to look at the effect's duration and the cooldown of the equip. If the effect is up to, let's say, 20 seconds and the cooldown is 30 seconds, that means that this equip is only down for 10 seconds. That thing is broken. If you only ever see about a 10-second or 15-second gap of when the equip is like offline completely, it's gonna be usually pretty good. Anything more than that is kind of stretching it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but it's definitely not as good as some of the more meta equips. Hopefully you're all still with me. Great. Now you know how to team build and what equips to use on those teams. If you still have questions about any kind of team building stuff, please by all means leave it down below in the comment section. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Of course, always check the live streams. I'm always down to help people out when it comes to any questions they have, or hit me up on Twitter. If you don't know who to use or you're just struggling against whatever fight, send me your box and I'll see if I can maybe help you out a bit. If you enjoyed this video though, hi man, check out this video popping up on your screen right now. He's a unit that actually surprised me a lot more than I thought he would. So if you're interested in seeing that, I highly recommend you click on it. Oh, and one more thing before you all leave, don't forget to drink water.